to give an introduction?
Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Want me to give a quick introduction?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Well, my name is Jonathan Tsao, and I'm the MPP for Don Valley North. And tonight we have a great pleasure in this riding to invite many members of our caucus and many members of the Chinese community here to celebrate the Year of the Horse. And in particular, right now, I have with me the leader of the Liberal Party, and I'll let him introduce himself. Go ahead, John.
Thanks, Sean. I'm John Fraser. I'm the interim leader of the Ontario Liberal Party, and I'm really happy to be here. It's been a while since we've been able to have a celebration of the Chinese New Year like this with so many people, so I'm so excited about it. It's because we elected 5 new members, and members like Jonathan, that we're able to reach out to the community in a way that we haven't been able to for a number of years. It's really important to us. And this, of course, is the year of the fire horse, which means change and connecting, but importantly for us, it's about moving forward decisively. And that's what we're doing as a party. We're going to have a leadership race. We know it's going to be November 21st, and we're going to be saying to Ontarians, all Ontarians, come join us. Come choose the new leader. Come tell us what's important to you. Let us hear your voices. It's very, very important to us. You know, right now in Ontario, it's important that we know we're all in this together. And I've heard from times some of the Premier's comments about the community, this community, other communities, and they're not helpful. The only way forward is together, decisively, and I'm happy to take any questions that you might have.
Okay, so as you just mentioned, the Premier said something that the Chinese community may be concerned because he said all the Chinese EV cars are the spy cars. What do you comment about on that?
I think that that's propagating a stereotype. I think that if, as you know, I'm not a member of the community. If I were, that's how I'd feel. That the Premier would say that. The Premier's a leader of everybody, right? And here in Ontario, everybody is the Chinese community, European community, South Asian community. In my riding, families from 125 countries, more than 125 countries of origin, they identify with, speaking more than 100 languages. That's Ontario. Right? So we all have to treat each other with respect, be thoughtful, think about what we say. It's very important because everybody belongs. And when you say things that hurt, then people feel like they don't belong. And in particular, the Chinese community, for more than a century, has contributed greatly to this province, to this nation, and I will say those marks were very unfortunate. And you know, I think there should be some redress or an apology, but a recognition that wasn't the right thing to do.
Okay, so the Conservative Party is in power for a pretty long time already, and now they are the majority. So it seems that the Liberal is still is not even a official opposition party. So how long time do you think that the Liberal Party will, be in power and defeat the Conservative Party?
The next election. We can do that in the next election. We're working hard. Ontarians are tired. They know that life's harder. It's more difficult. It's more expensive. And the Premier spends most of his time saying, it's all okay. Don't worry, it's good. I've been doing all these good things. I'm building all these things. Don't worry, things are good. Well, we know they aren't good because they don't feel good. The things that are important to families, like their health care, having a family doctor, supporting students in post-secondary education. They just said to families and students, education, we're going to make it harder for you. We're going to make it more worrisome for you by changing OSAP and making it harder for students and their families to financially achieve that at a time when life's already hard. We don't believe that's not the right thing to do. Education, highly trained, highly skilled, healthy people are the most important thing in the global economy. They're the most valued thing in the global economy. And it's the wrong thing to do to cut post-secondary support and to cut the support to our universities and colleges. Because we all know, many of us have children. We work hard from the time from birth, but from junior kindergarten to grade 12 to get them there. And then sometimes we financially support them, and we don't want them to have a burden. And the government's just said, no, it's going to be harder for you now. So the government is not doing the things that really make life easier for people. And with my colleagues like John, and you'll meet a number of people tonight, we're going to work hard. We're going to have a leadership race. We're going to elect a new leader. And our leadership race is about Ontarians. It'll be about the candidates, but more importantly, it's about Ontarians and Liberal members. Come on in. Join us. Tell us what's important to you. Let us hear your voice. Right? Be part of the change. That's the invitation to all Ontarians. And tonight we're here with the Chinese community, and that's our invitation. Please come join us.
So will you join the race for the leadership and lead the Liberal to win the next election?
No, I'm the interim leader. So my job is to make sure that we have a good race that invites new members in, that it's a fair race. So I have to be neutral. And for me, I'm excited about that. Personally, I'm 67 now. I have 3 grandkids, so some of you have grandchildren, and they're better than children. They're better than your kids, but you have to have kids to have grandchildren. And the most important thing to me is that my grandchildren remember me as someone they could come and see when they were 17 or 18 or 25 or 27, and that I was the person who was there, not the person who was there. Thank you.
Okay.
So I just got a few questions as a university student. So what kind of change you would like to see in Ontario education system in the next few years?
So post-secondary in terms of college, university, or all the way through, or?
Maybe more focus for the college, university.
Okay.
Post-secondary.
Just post-secondary.
Yeah,
Okay.
post-secondary.
Yeah. First of all, we have to fix OSAP ASAP.
Yeah.
We have to reverse what the government did. Every student, right? We need to be supporting students, not making it harder for them. So changing the grants to loans needs to be changed back. And then we have to, as a party, we have to look at what better ways can we do to support students. And we've done that in the past. This is not the first change the Ford government has made. When they first came in, they cut support. They reduced the ability for families. They starved colleges and universities. Right? And even the funding they gave, although they said, it's historic and generational, it's not enough. It's actually, if you look in real dollars, about 35% less than we did in 2005. So, and it's not just because we want to be good to students and their families, but it's because it's the smart thing to do to be competitive. So there's so many reasons to do that, and that's something you're going to hear us talk a lot about in our schools under the primary and secondary schools. We need smaller class sizes, more support for children with exceptional needs, and we have a mental health crisis in our schools that needs to be addressed. And we also have to address the issue of artificial intelligence. Right? We have to make sure that our students are prepared to know that they have a new tool and that it's used as a tool, and they know the risks and the benefits with it, because we know their risks and benefits. So, and in the colleges and universities, the same thing is true. How are we going to empower students to use this new technology so that we can be more competitive and people can be prosperous and contribute greatly to our society?
think, like, how come the programs be better protect workers' rights in today's environment, job market?
Well, just in terms of workers' rights, for instance, I know like a group of workers who work in mostly women, PSWs, sometimes RPNs and nurses, and other workers who work in retirement homes and group homes. Well, they're not properly covered by WSIB. But if you do the same kind of work in a long-term care home, you're fully covered. Those workers don't make a lot of money, and sometimes they have to work 2 or 3 jobs. So there's even more risk for them because they don't get covered. That's just an example of what we have to do to support workers. The gig economy, there's a lot of large corporations that are trying to take advantage, right, of the leverage they have on people, whether it's food delivery or Uber. And so, the government's talked about doing certain things with that, but hasn't really done enough to adapt to that, to the new economy. It's funny, Peter the other day said he was upset that he couldn't go shopping on Family Day. And I said, well, Family Day is the day that we pay people, or we say we're going to pay people so they can be with their family. It's not let's go shopping day. So, I was kind of, I was, I won't say I was upset that the Premier said it, but it's just you missed the point. It's Family Day, right? It's a statutory holiday. We say stay home. Don't worry about your pay, right? Go and, look, we all know money's important, right? What's the most important thing? It's your family at the end, right? So help people be with their families, protect them in the workplace, make sure they earn a decent wage. Those are the things you have to do. Thank you.
Okay, Jonathan, I have a question to ask you.
There we go. Okay.
You are the MPP for Don Valley North, and in that riding, there are a lot of Chinese residents over there, and you have been the MPP for that in this position for quite a period of time. So
1 year
what?
today.
Yeah. So what are their main concern and through your work, and how do you want to respond to their concerns?
Well, Grant, actually, I want to take a step back and address your question to John that you had earlier about the Premier's comments about the cars. And I want to speak directly to everyone right now as a proud Chinese Canadian, because although I'm a 5th generation to be born in Canada, when I heard the Premier of Ontario refer to Chinese-made cars as spy cars, I can tell you, it hurt right here. So I know how everyone feeling in this room, how your viewers, your readers, your listeners must have felt as well. Because despite being a 5th generation Canadian of Chinese origin, I knew that was directed as me as well, right? That we're not equal, that we're not the same as everyone else in this province. And that was his message, let's be clear. And our message today, why we're hosting this event today, is to make an even more clear message to the Chinese Canadian community that we hear you, that we see you, we respect you, and that we want you not just to raise your voice, but to have a seat at the table. So I'm very proud to be a Chinese Canadian. I'm very proud to be an MPP and represent this riding. So to your question about what are the priorities here, number 1, education, right? We know that education is such a critical issue for the community. But what we're seeing is a government that has starved the education system. We see them take over public school boards. For what? To what end? We've seen no understanding, no public decision or announcement as to what is the actual goal here. Where are we going with this? And how will families, parents, and educators be kept in the loop? And how can parents hold the system to account when there's no elected trustee that they can speak to? So that's number 1. Number 2 as well, a big issue that I hear amongst the Chinese community here in the riding, Don Valley North, is community safety, right? People want to be able to be in their homes and feel safe. They want to be able to go to the grocery store and not have to worry whether or not their mother or their father or their son or daughter will come home or not. That's not okay. So I've been working hard with the local police division, and I'm proud to say that we just celebrated the 1st year anniversary of a police hub at Fairview Mall, because I said to them that I will do whatever you need as a Toronto Police to make sure that you have the resources to keep us safe, because that's what the people demand of us. So I'm working right now with them to continue to expand this model. So they've opened a second one since I've become elected at Don Mills, and now we're working on a third one. They don't want me to say too much because it's not official yet, but we're working on a third one. Because I believe it's essential that we have a strong police presence in the community, because people need to know that they're safe, that they're looked after, and that we, the politicians, that we care about them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good.